Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 13th Annual Fill the Bag Benefit. My name is Elaine Clark. I'm the board chair of the New York Common Pantry. I'm here at the 109th Street Pantry, where our staff and volunteers prepare pantry packages of vegetables, healthy food, and dry goods. Typically, we honor volunteers and exceptional community members at our Fill the Bag Benefit. This year, we could think of no more exceptional group of people than our very own New York Pantry staff. Tonight you will hear about how management and staff pivoted to keep everyone safe and ensure that our guests were able to access the food that they needed. While I am at our most recognizable site, our East Harlem Choice Pantry location, throughout this broadcast, we will join Executive Director Stephen Grimaldi as he visits some of our other worksite locations. Share photos of this year and have a chance to raise our paddles to support the New York Common Pantry. Many of you are aware of how New York Common Pantry serves our communities. However, this year looked very, very different. Shortly after our 2020 Fill the Bag benefit, New York Common Pantry shifted to COVID operations. We ceased using volunteers, we ceased allowing participants inside the pantry, and of course, gloves and masks were required for all. And our equipment and buildings received several cleanings and were sanitized each day. It worked. With all the success, this year still took a toll on our staff, but they persevere and do what has to be done. They are essential. They are our heroes. They are the front line. I hope you will join me in applauding their efforts by supporting the New York Common Pantry, our mission to serve, and our desire to reach more communities in need. Now, it is my great pleasure to welcome back our MC for the evening, co-anchor of MSNBC's Morning Joe and anchor of NBC News Sunday Today, Willie Geist.
Thank you, Elaine, for the introduction and for your constant support. I am proud and very grateful to welcome the New York Common Pantry's many friends and supporters to our Fill the Bag virtual benefit. First and foremost, I hope this occasion finds all of you well and that your families are safe and healthy. We send our heartfelt condolences to any of you who have lost family members and friends to COVID this past year. You have our love and our support. In that same spirit, I especially want to thank our supporters for having our backs during this extraordinary period in our history. We have never been tested quite like this, and you stepped up for New York Common Pantry and for food insecure families across New York City during this difficult year. The last time we saw each other in person, the first local cases of COVID-19 were raising troubling concerns about the vulnerability of our city and its people. Just days later, we all were sheltering in place. This event was one of the last times many of us were out before the world shut down. Over the weeks and months that followed, the pandemic profoundly deepened New York's hunger crisis. Before COVID-19, 1.2 million New Yorkers regularly went without food, enough food to live healthy lives. Once the pandemic struck, that figure nearly doubled to 2.2 million. Record unemployment, shuttered businesses, food shortages, and inflated prices, family wage earners lost to illness, all of these factors led to a dramatic rise in food insecure households in 2020. And for us at New York Common Pantry, the realities of COVID-19 and the need to socially distance demanded we abandon many of our traditional tools and practices if we were going to rise to the moment. Suddenly, we had to do without the volunteers and community events essential to our outreach and mission success. It was New York Common Pantry's brilliant and dedicated staff who stepped up and pivoted on a dime, transforming our operations entirely and delivering essential relief to more food insecure families than ever in our history. And that is why we are dedicating this year's Fill the Bag to our staff members in recognition of their ingenuity and their tireless effort to combat food insecurity in the age of COVID. We're going to talk more about what our staff accomplished this past year, and you will meet some of the people who refused to lose. New York Common Pantry Executive Director Stephen Grimaldi recently spent time with staff on the ground and spoke to them about their experience in 2020. Here is our first look at Stephen with some of the people who make the pantry so vibrant and effective.
I am Justin Phillips, and I am the front line.
My name is Izzo Pizarro, and I am the front line.
My name is Liz, and I am the front line. Thank you for all the support you give us and allowing us to continue our job every day. Without your support, this would not be possible. Thank you.
Come on, you good? Go ahead. We are at the Hunts Point Warehouse for New York Common Pantry down in the Bronx, New York. Welcome to my neighborhood.
So what's going on behind us right now? What are we looking at?
We're loading trucks, getting packages out. As you can see, some of my staff is actually putting stuff in the trucks to go to 138th Street, our pantry there. We're also building pallets for Monday so we can get started on a great morning.
Justin, tell me, how many people a month will we serve?
We serve over about 15,000 people per month between Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and Westchester.
My name is Elizabeth Madera, and I work in Nourish.
And what do you do every day with the Nourish program?
We load about 7 trucks every morning. We go to about maybe 7 different sites every day. I'm on my way to Smith Houses. It's in Chinatown. We do about 9 pallets in that site. So that's each pallet is about 48 people we can serve. So we're seeing about 300 people, maybe even more today. Because if we finish the 9 pallets before our actual time, we'll come back and grab more to continue on serving. And I've been here since 7 this morning. The site don't end till 5 o'clock tonight. And I'm okay, and I'm excited about it. I enjoy this site.
My name is Izzo Pizarro, and I work in Nourish Common Pantry. The work we do is good for people, seniors who need food. I do have a handful of seniors that came up to me and told me how much they appreciate me working here in the company and giving them food when they really need it, especially around Thanksgiving. I get that a lot.
How is it different during the pandemic than it was before?
Now everybody's on a heightened level. Everybody's a little bit more on edge. And coming here doesn't make it any easier because every day you're going to a new site. You're dealing with hundreds amounts of people coming to you almost hand to hand with our badge and our distributions. So yes, it's a heightened sense, but at the end of the day, we know what our job is. And our job is to get the food out to the seniors and make sure that they're fed and make sure we stay safe at the same point.
What's the most meaningful part of your job?
Actually handing the food out to the seniors, see their face. They appreciate it. For them to come out in the snow, in the rain, whatever weather, that means they really need it.
Tell me, what is your team good at?
My team is amazing at being supportive to each other. My team is amazing at problem solving and figuring out, especially when we go out to different sites and a coordinator might have this and you're being told this. The simple fact that they can put everything together and make it work for the seniors, that's what my team is amazing at. They do a great job at going above and beyond for what the motto is here, which is taking care of the seniors and making sure the food gets out to everybody who has the need for it.
What does it feel like to be an essential worker?
Honestly, it's amazing. At first, the word didn't click to us. I didn't think it meant us. And when we were giving that title and we realized how much of an impact we do in each borough, you realize how many people wouldn't eat without us. And that feeling is the reason why you wake up every day and you want to come out and work. Even on bad days, you still want to come out and make sure these seniors are fed. And that is an amazing feeling.
The amazing team at the New York Common Pantry. On behalf of the entire team at Fresh Direct, I want to thank you for all of the dedication and work that you've put in such a challenging year. You're on our bags, you're on our trucks, and you're always on our mind. We love you, and our customers love you. Thank you.
What's up, everyone? Chef JJ here from Field Trip. I just want to personally thank the New York Common Pantry for all the hard work they've been doing, from HR, administration, all the volunteers, even the people that have been donating their money. You all have made a difference in this hard time. Keep up the good work, and I'm happy to call you guys a partner. I'm always here, but I love you guys at New York Common Pantry. Peace.
Food insecurity has nearly doubled in New York City since the beginning of the pandemic to 2 million people. Hunger should be a pressing issue to all of us. And that's why I want to thank the staff at NYCP. Every single member of the team, administration, program, development, finances, HR, per diem, volunteers, you each played a major role in keeping our doors open every day. Thank you for feeding our neighbors.
Thank you again for joining the Fill the Bag virtual event. I'm Willie Geist. At the top of the program, I mentioned how the challenges of a pandemic meant dramatic changes for the pantry and for how it traditionally operates. Typically, the pantry enlists volunteers to supply 70% of its workforce. Suddenly, we had to get along without them. Communal hot meals are central to the pantry's connection to the community. And for many of the New Yorkers we serve, this was their only social part of the day. While we continued to serve daily hot meals, we served them to go, temporarily halting our communal dining, which was a devastating loss for many New Yorkers. Programs like Live Healthy and Nourish, which traditionally take us into senior facilities, community centers, and schools, had to be suspended. For every operational challenge, the community's needs only increased, with more and more households experiencing food insecurity. In response, the New York Common Pantry adapted and never stopped. COVID operations began on March 16th last year. The staff immediately filled the void left by the loss of volunteers, working staggered shifts to pack and distribute pantry packages and hot meals to guests at our sites. Staff who no longer could perform their regular duties because of the pandemic pitched in, along with our dedicated administration staff. 2020 really was all hands. By April, we had launched Mobile Pantry, a new program to ensure that guests unable to get to our sites would get nutritious grocery packages delivered to their homes. Because of these staff efforts, you should know that the pantry did not lose a day of service to the community. Zero. It's extraordinary. Despite all the barriers, we were able to serve our community every day without pause or compromise. Let's rejoin now Stephen for another visit with some of the people behind this truly miraculous effort.
My name is Zelina Gomez, and I am the Frontline.
I am Evelyn Guerrero, and I am the Frontline.
My name is Zelina Gomez, and I am an intake for the New York Common Pantry. In the Nourish program, we work with senior citizens between ages 60 and above. So what we usually do is we go to different locations, to different senior centers, and what we try to provide for them are supplementary packages for those who are in need.
And how long have you worked at the New York Common Pantry?
I've been working with the New York Common Pantry for the past 2 years now.
What has changed during the pandemic? Have the numbers grown, and how many more sites are you going to?
The numbers have grown within the past year. So now we're serving about 15,000 participants. Before we were serving far more less.
And that's every month, right?
That's correct, yes.
And how many sites do you go to, say, in a month?
In a month, probably like 30 or more.
I'm Evelyn Guerrero, and I'm a senior intake associate for the Nourish department.
And what does senior intake mean? Like, what kind of work do you do, and where do you go?
Well, I help my manager, and I just overview the other intakes on what they're doing and guide them.
So you know pre-pandemic, during the pandemic. How is it different now?
Well, it's very different. We've dealt with a lot of challenges before we were able to serve all the seniors at the senior center. As to now, we are unable to do that. We're either doing a pack and go, or we have to do an outdoor distribution. So it's been very difficult with us, and especially now dealing with the weather.
What did we do in the past that was different?
But now, we don't see them if it's a pack and go.
Right.
It's the coordinator calling them so they can pick up their packages. You're not, you don't have no connection with the seniors. I'm used to seeing my seniors every month. And now we're not able to see them. Right. We have a site named Casa Boricua. The center was closed due to pandemic, and we see a large number of seniors there. So with the summer, we were able to serve them outside. They were just happy to see me, and to have, the commodities that they received.
Tell me about the outdoor operation.
They wait online. We have people that crowd control. Sometimes the coordinators help us. If not, we have also volunteers from the site that help us with that. You just got to make sure, that they're socially distanced, and that they're not waiting too long.
What does being an essential worker mean to you?
I didn't realize how important my job was until the pandemic.
Yeah, food is not guaranteed.
It's not.
Kind of a scary thing, right?
Still knowing that they're able to still receive these services is a blessing. Like, we're still there for them, and that makes them feel good. That makes them feel like, wow, like there's still people out there willing to help us. What's rewarding for me is knowing that I'm able to provide these services for those who actually need it. We do a lot of good things for these seniors, and it makes them happy, and it makes them comfortable and welcome, and I enjoy doing what I do.
There's got to be some silver lining during the pandemic. What stands out for you?
That we still find ways to operate and still serve the community and serving the seniors that we serve.
Hey everyone, John Wertheim from 60 Minutes and the Tennis Channel here. Usually you do these videos and you try to say something witty. No wit today, just a sincere thanks. I'm here with my friend Martina Navratilova and Steve Weissman, and on behalf of them as well, we just want to say thanks. It's been fantastic what you've done during this sideways past 12 months. It's deeply appreciated. I hope you know that. We owe you a huge debt of gratitude. Thanks. Thank you.
My name is James Sands, and I'm a first-team player for NYCFC. It's amazing what New York Common Pantry does, and I know all the players and everyone at the club have been really inspired by their work. As a New Yorker, I'm proud to play for a team that is so committed to the local community, particularly in the South Bronx that I know has been hit hard by the pandemic. Unfortunately, food insecurity is a major problem in the city, and these meals are so important to so many individuals and their families. The amount of meals that have been delivered is simply outstanding. On behalf of my teammates at NYCFC, I'd like to thank everyone at New York Common Pantry for the amazing work that you do.
Hey guys, my name is John. I've written and directed a bunch of movies that hopefully you have never seen because you have way better taste than that. But far more important than what I do is what the great people at the NYCP do every single day, which is feed the food insecure. Especially during the pandemic, they served over 5 million meals out in the freezing cold, which is just incredible to me. I live in Los Angeles and it's 75 degrees right now and I'm wearing 4 layers of clothing. You probably can't see that, but that's ludicrous. So thank you for being tougher than me and doing such generous work. And lastly, to everyone watching this, please give generously. Think of all the money you saved by not having to go to this gala. There's no tux, there's no dress. I know for a fact a lot of you aren't even wearing pants right now. That's wonderful. But think of all that money you saved. Give that all to the NYCP. They need it. It's been a really hard year for a lot of people. And thanks.
I'm Woodley Santana, and I am the front line.
I am Omar Alvarez, and I am the front line.
My name is Woodley Santana. I'm a bilingual case manager, Choice Pantry Bronx.
I bet you know a lot of the people who live in these buildings, huh?
Yes, everybody around this community, they do come to the pantry. Many of the people that are in this community do have family members that have gotten COVID and have dealt with deaths. So we do hear a lot of tragic stories and how it has impacted their lives. As a case manager, I assist them with mainly food pantry, also public benefits if they're applying for food stamps, SNAPs, public assistance, rent assistance, any general public benefit that we're able to guide them and assist them with, immigration services, any of that sort, we're here to help them and refer them to any of those resources.
And during COVID, have you seen big increase in demand for these services?
Yes, there's been a big increase in food stamps, applying for public assistance, rent assistance especially, it's just impacted them so hard.
This lady that came over earlier today, and she called up 2 of her friends. We had 2 new signups just from 1 person's referral. And that's literally earlier, like around 12. Right when the pandemic was hitting, and it was fresh in New York, had MTA employees, postal workers signing up, first responders. Like, we had one guy who was EMT, had bus drivers. A lot of bus drivers were stopping by as well.
Were those folks not working, or
oftentimes it was a mix of both. So some, the essential workers, they were stopping by because they just needed that extra hand.
How has your job changed during COVID?
During COVID, my job, usually we do sit down with the individuals to try to screen them for any possible benefits. Right. Now we're actually coming outside of the office. It's a little harder because we're now trying to get documents, all their information, all the help that they need. But now we're just stepping outside to do all of this.
We started distributing food instead of through the pantry, right at the door. We still try to continue that interaction part with our clients, of course, with masks, gloves. certain vendors were not providing us with the staple food items that we need for the pantry. So we were like, where are we going to source this food from so that we can still provide nutritious packages to the community? So that was an extra challenge that we had to find. Now, on top of that, we depend heavily on volunteers. A lot of the volunteers that we would regularly get weren't showing up anymore. And now we're facing the reality of, wow, it's only like 4 staff members to run the operation where we would need at least 10 people. We really had to try to band together. So we were all doing numerous jobs at the same time.
The strength of our team here in the Bronx is that we've been able to work together. Everybody's not restricted to a specific job. We're working together to go around and help any individual that comes in and needs help.
I've had other jobs where you go home at the end of the day and your day is done, that's it. But here, you know what you're doing is affecting people in the best way. You're actually helping, we're actually giving back to those in need, those who are food insecure. And it's a good, fulfilling feeling just to know that you're part of that.
Hey, what's up? This is Captain Kirk Douglas of the legendary Roots Crew and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Since the coronavirus started really wreaking havoc from back in March of 2020, the amount of people that are starving in New York has grown to 2 million people. 2 million people. And that's why the work of the New York Common Pantry is more important than ever. Just stop and imagine having no idea where your next meal is coming from because you can't afford it. For many people, that imagination is their reality. So I really want to give a shout out to all the staff and everybody working for the New York Common Pantry for just making humanity happen and allowing people to carry on. It's a really serious thing, and every bit helps as far as keeping this organization doing what it can do to keep people fed and healthy during this time. Take care.
Hi, my name is Lauren Bush Lauren. I am the founder and CEO of Feed, and I'm so proud to give a shout out and a special thank you to the New York Common Pantry and all of its staff for the amazing work you've done. COVID has been such a difficult time for so many across the globe, across our country, but especially in our beloved New York City. And the fact that the New York Common Pantry has stayed open and worked tirelessly to meet the need and to feed the extra 2 million New Yorkers who need that support is just awesome. So I've always been a proud supporter of New York Common Pantry, and I've just been even more impressed during this difficult time to see them step up. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for everything.
What's up, guys? It's Saquon Barkley here, and I want to give a huge shout out to all the Common Pantry frontline workers. I want to say thank you guys for all the hard work you guys are doing. Keep up the great work.
We have seen and heard how the COVID emergency expanded New York City's hunger crisis and how the New York Common Pantry staff responded with such heroism and creativity. But that's only a piece of the story. Since our COVID operations began, the pantry has served more than 5 million meals across the city. In addition, our new mobile pantry program has only expanded our reach, delivering more than 500,000 meals since April of 2020. We owe these accomplishments to our staff at all levels. We applaud their willingness to step up, to assume new roles, and to put in the time and the effort to keep operations running at peak levels throughout these difficult months. We saw our people at their best in 2020. Just as surely, we saw the best in New York Common Pantry's supporters. We could not absolutely have succeeded without the generosity and partnership of donors, foundations, and corporations who saw food insecurity as a critical priority as COVID raged on. We also saw community organizations across the city working together for the good of all. We were inspired and look forward to continued collaboration in the months ahead. Finally, let's acknowledge the pantry's participants. Over this past year, individuals and families who've certainly known hardship found themselves tested like never before. Without their flexibility and cooperation, the pantry staff would not have been as effective. For more insight, let's hear from some of our participants.
I love Common Pantry, even Thanksgiving, even with disasters. I've been coming to them for years and years and years. When I came today, I didn't even, I didn't keep up with the dinner or the turkeys. I missed the turkey because I was sick. So I came for the pantry today, and they said, I seen the turkey. Oh, y'all having a dinner? They said, yes, so I came back. I love Common Pantry. They keep the people happy.
Have you been coming here?
I've been living here, 6 years?
6 years. Have you been coming to the pantry?
Yes, yes. And I have volunteered in the kitchen before.
Money doesn't determine your attitude, and you can't buy principles. So this is all about being grateful. And I am grateful. Thank God for the Common Pantry. I've been coming here since 2009. So they helped me with a lot of stuff. And they prevented a lot of crime.
Bueno, un trabajo muy excelente para la comunidad de los ancianos. Bueno, que atienden a unos rápido, tienen mucha humanidad.
Ahora que me acabo de enterar que es de esta manera, yo le doy gracias a Dios porque he llegado hasta aquí y pues para nosotros es lo básico que vamos a tener. Está muy bien para que ayudarnos y todos los que necesitamos, ¿verdad? Si ellos pueden venir y enterarse que nos ayudan de esa manera.
De la ayuda de la comunidad que están dando aquí en Common Pantry, pues ha ayudado bastante. Gente que no tiene trabajo, cuando la pandemia pues cambió mucho, cerraron muchas empresas, no hay trabajo, entonces de qué otra manera podría conseguir para los alimentos, de esa manera solamente con la ayuda de estas ayudas que están dando.
My name is Judy Seacon, and I'm the Senior Director of Programs and Operations for New York Common Pantry. My favorite part of working here is the immediate satisfaction of you're giving someone a bag of food. You know that actually, even when you're packing, because during COVID, we've all done everything, you're very connected to the end result. And I think that's the best feeling.
I'm Andre Thompson, and I'm the Director of Food Programs here at New York Common Pantry. So I've been here at New York Common Pantry a little bit over 4 years. I could tell you that working at New York Common Pantry has been the privilege of my however young career, but basically, yeah, the privilege of my life. Every day you come into work, you're doing good work. Whether you're in the kitchen, whether you're in the pantry, whether you're sending an email, everything that we touch is changing people's lives.
You have seen the work the pantry has done in the face of extraordinary circumstances. Well, circumstances remain dire for many people, and the coming year promises to be even more challenging. There remain more than 2.2 million food insecure New Yorkers, double the number before COVID. Almost a third of the city's food pantries have closed since March 2020. Food prices remain high. For hungry people, nutritious food is even more difficult to find. The New York Common Pantry needs your help to meet the need. The organization anticipates serving 1 million more meals this year than the last and spending an additional $2.4 million for food for our participants. That is our way of saying it is time for the benefit part of this event. For this year's paddle raise, we are thrilled to have with us one of New York City's leading benefit auctioneers. A 20-year veteran of the gavel, he has helped raise more than $250 million for more than 1,000 nonprofits, including St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and the American Cancer Society. Away from the auction table, he is one of the co-founders of the Kate Shea Foundation for Leukemia Research. It is my pleasure to say hello to Patrick Tully.
Well, thanks for that introduction, Willie. I look forward to meeting that guy, whoever he is. Hey, folks, my name is Pat Tully. Thank you so much. Folks, we've heard a lot about food insecurity and inequality during the pandemic, but New York Common Pantry backs that up with real and sustainable action. A lot of that, as you heard tonight. Through an array of programs, New York Common Pantry has been on the front lines of the COVID-19 outbreak, managing the effects of the virus on those struggling with food insecurity. Now I'm offering you the opportunity right now to invest in this mission, end food insecurity, and connect homeless visitors to resources and provide education for a lifetime of healthy eating. Now to donate, it couldn't be easier. How many text messages have you sent today? 50, 60? How about you make your next text message to this wonderful organization to change lives, to provide food sustainability? Here's how you do it. It's so simple. Yeah, I know you have your phone. I'd say grab it, but it's already surgically attached to your hand. We know you're watching the program, but you're probably flipping back and forth through Instagram as well and TikTok videos, but that's okay. Because right now that phone in your hand is the opportunity for you to invest in this mission. You grab that phone and you simply just send a new text. So text the number 646-248-5919. You see it right there on your screen. You text the word give, G-I-V-E. Add the amount of that wonderfully generous gift, and then throw in your name. So I want to give you a shout out. Let's go. And also include a message with that. Like, I'm with Willie. Let's end hunger. Or hashtag NY Common Pantry rocks. Or just NYCP rocks. Let's go. Come on, folks. Let's get this going here. Just grab that phone. Hey, the gifts are coming in right now. Here we go. Look at this. There's a first gift of $15,000, folks. Thanks. Restaurant Associates. We love you, Restaurant Associates. And yes, we can't do it without you. Fresh Direct and everybody at NYCP. We love our heroes, and they are heroes. Kaylee, Molly, Mike, and Margie. I love it. That sounds like a new band. Kaylee, Molly, Mike, Margie. Put them together in a band of generosity. There's 15,000, 1,500. Now, here we go. Here we go. Great. Here's to the best staff. Best in all caps. You guys are great, from Candace and John Frawley. John Frawley and Candace got us to $16,500. Folks, here you go. $5,000. $5,000. You know what that can do? That can provide choice pantry meals for 1 year for 33 families. Thank you to the NYCP team. You are heroes, in all caps and an exclamation point. Annie and Ben Hunke, or Hunky, sorry, Hunke. Okay, $20 from me for the mispronunciation drawer. How about Hunke? Let's go with Hunke. $150. Hey, grateful for all you do. Thank you. There's $50 right there, folks. $50. Thank you for what you do, from Susan Dwyer. Thank you, Susan. And $50, of course, that can provide 2 weeks of produce for 10 families. $500 right there. Thank you, NYCP, for all that you do. Always finding a way to help NYC help when we are in need. Natalia Toro, thank you. $150 right there. The gifts are flying in, well over $20,000. Let's keep this going. God bless you to all you do. Mahalo to Elaine Clark for the invitation to this great cause, Chuck Spence. And aloha to you, Chuck Spence. Thank you very much. There's $150. $100 can, of course, provide 79 choice pantry meals. You just provided about 95 there. There's $1,000. Congratulations to the pantry and its staff for meeting the challenges of 2020. They sure did. They sure did, with aplomb. Thank you, especially the NYCP's frontline heroes, Renee and Josiane Jocelyn, over $23,350. Let's keep this going. $1,000, just a reminder with that gift right there. $1,000 will provide a custom-made, will help. Yeah, we'll help towards it. Thank you. Okay, $100 right there. The gifts are flying in so fast. Thank you to the staff and all you've done. Diego and Carolyn. Thank you, Diego and Carolyn. $1,000, as I was saying, will provide fresh produce for 500 families for a week, and $600 getting us on the way to that next $1,000. I wish it could be so much more. Thank you. Hey, Julie, thank you for what you've done. $500 buys milk for 630 families for a week, and $100 is 79 choice pantry meals. So that's what you just did right there, Joyce. Thank you. $25,000 from Paul Emery. Keep up the excellent work. Paul, we're going to do that thanks to generous donors like you. $25,000. Let's go, folks. Next gift gets us over $50,000. We're at $49,150. So close to $50,000. Thank you. From Sam S. Hey, Sam, thank you for providing 79 more choice pantry meals right there. $750. Here we go. Oh, so close to $50,000. I can feel it. Keep up the great work. From Mary Mukes. I hope I'm saying that right again. $20 from me into the jar. $100 right there. I got to get these pronunciations right. Hey, victory is won from Denise. Victory. Thank you, Denise. We will win the victory over food insecurity with generous friends like you. Thank you. $250. Here we go. Thank you to NYCP for all you do, especially during COVID. Amazing staff. They really are. Folks, we use the word hero, and that's not thrown around lightly, especially during the pandemic. The people at NYCP are on the front lines doing it every day. $1,000 gift right there, getting us well over $51,000. Thank you, John, Patrick, Connolly. Thank you very much. There you go. $100 right there. There's a $100 gift right there. Who's it from? Oh, the suspense. I love it. Thank you, NYCP, for all you do. From Courtney K. Weil. Courtney, thank you very much. $100. And once again, that's 79 choice pantry meals. Let's keep this going, folks. $100 right there. 10 gifts of 100 gets us to another $1,000. That's fresh produce for 500 families. There you go. Janet Wong. Thank you for a $100 gift there, Janet, getting us to $51,450 on our way to $52,000. $1,000 gets us well over that mark in honor of Dee Dee and Oscar Schaefer from Monty Blanchard and Leslie Tyshian. Tyshian. Yes, thank you so much. She's like, no, that's not how I say the name, but thank you. Another 20 from me into the jar. $15,000 right there. Folks, here we go. Thanks to the dedicated staff and all you do with important work. From Cheryl Andrews and Bob Kubak. I'm going to go with Kubak. 67,000. Thank you, Cheryl and Bob. Wow, $500 right there. There's a $500 gift again. 630 families will get milk for a week because of you and the difference that you made, Sally Minier. For $500, all caps, go for it, folks. Everybody's figuring this out. They figure out, they grab the phone. There's $1,000 right there from Suzanne Waltman and Martin Friedman. Suzanne Waltman, thank you so much for your gift. $1,000 going to provide fresh produce for 500 families for a week. Here we go. Let's keep this going. $5,000. Thank you, NYCP, for all you do. Look at this. Renee Anderson. Renee, $5,000 is going to also give us choice pantry meals for 1 year for 33 families. Thank you for all you do here. There's a $200 gift to Common Pantry. Is amazing. Wait a minute. Triple exclamation point. Have we had a triple exclamation point tonight? No. Rick Giotti is the first triple exclamation point tonight. Congratulations, Rick. Yeah, you get my bow tie. There you go. $100 right there. Jolene Richmond. Thank you, Jolene. You're thanking us. We're thanking you. Because without your support, we couldn't do it. $250 right there. So very impressed by all that you do and all that you are doing, I should say, from Laura Forte. Laura Forte. $1,000 right there. Here we go. 1,000. Let's keep this going right now. Thank you for all the heroes. Oh, wait, there's $1,000 and quickly a $200 gift. Glad we got that one there through. Thank you, NYCP, for all you do. No, thank you, Josh McGregor, for all that you do. Part of the family. Yeah, you are part of the family, and you're part of helping so many other families. $200 is going to help nearly 200 get 200 choice pantry meals. Judy, thank you, Judy, for inviting us. Hey, Judy, lots of shout outs for you. Give a shout out to Judy. Thank you from Catherine and Terry Stack. $75 right there. Thank you so much. $75 is going to go a long, long way. $150 twice of a seven. There, look at that. You set a precedent right there. From Tony N. Thank you for all the dedicated workers. Tony N. Thank you. $150. 79 choice meals plus 2 weeks of produce for 10 families. How about that? $100. Hey, there's Lisa, Chad, and Mason. Lisa, Chad, Mason. We love you. $33.33 from each of you there. $1,500 right there. Thank you, NYCP. From Dawn Truesdell. There we go. Dawn is, when she walks in the room, she's like, it's Dawn Truesdell. $2,000 right here. Hey, thank you to the amazing NYCP staff and the volunteers. Aren't they fantastic? Thank you. Almost as fantastic as Suzanne Merrill and Tom Fanoff. Thank you, Tom, for that. $1,000. Yes! 1,000 is a very popular level. Hey, how about get that hashtag going? Hashtag NYCP rocks. Ann and Jock. There you go. Thank you. $5,000. Once again, there we go. This is wonderful. Thank you to the Comment Pantry. Yes, Deborah and Thad Davis. Deborah and Thad, you know what you've done right there? You just provided choice pantry meals for 33 families for 1 year. Well done to you. $500. There we go. $500 once again. $500 is going to buy milk for 630 families. Thank you, Doreen Morales. And Doreen is thrilled for all the staff and being recognizing the staff. The staff is wonderful right there. Yes, of course. Steven's been out there in the field talking to the staff. $5,000 NYCP staff. Thank you from Christina. Guys, Christina, thank you. Do you know Willie? Willie was the MC tonight. You guys should meet. It's very odd because the same last name. She's like, yes. I know the man. I know who he is. Thank you, Christina, guys. $5,000. Once again, Christina, that's 33 families you provided choice pantry meals for an entire year. $500. Look at that. A heart emoji. That might be our first emoji tonight, is it? I think it might be. We love the amazing work. And from Fresh Direct Marketing Friends, thank you, Fresh Direct. We love you guys. $1,000. Thank you for all you do for our NYC community. Lisa Rosen Metch. She's quite a mensch, I might say there. Thank you, Lisa Rosen. I think I said that correctly there. $100. Yeah, Margot Krantz. Margot T. Krantz. The very, very generous and philanthropic Margot T. Krantz. Not to be confused with Margot Krantz. There's $100 right there. Another $100 gift. Margot, I think you just started a trend. Thank you for the important work you got. Aaron and Justin Baker D'Ambrosio. Yes, thank you, Barker D'Ambrosio. Excuse me. Didn't see that R. Now that I see it. Here's a $1,000 gift. That's a very popular level tonight. We love it. Matt and Michelle Shapiro. Matt and Michelle Shapiro. You know what you've done? You provided 79 choice pantry meals right there. Thank you so much. $1,500. Also a very popular gift. What an amazing effort the staff has made in the past year from William Welsh. Folks, our mobile pantry has served over 500,000 meals in the past year there. There's a $50 gift right there. Thank you for all you do. John Watkins. John, thank you for all you do. Every $50 gift is going to provide 2 weeks of produce for 10 families and $40 of rescue food. Well done. With gratitude to our terrific staff, Camille and Rory Kelleher. $500 once again, buying milk for 630 families for an entire week. Think about a farm making this money stretch. And $1,000. Great work, NYCP. Thank you. 1,000 is the bid right there. The bid? No, the donation. Sally and Jerry Cummins. That wasn't just a bid. That wasn't just a paddle raise. That was a paddle for $1,000. Thank you so much. A 100% tax deductible donation. Thank you so much. $100 right there. Thank you, NYCP, for the great work you do. And I should say do with an exclamation point. Andrea and David Weiss. Folks, we are tantalizingly so close to $100,000. Let's go. Let's keep this going, folks. I'm not going anywhere. I'm getting in the ear here. Wrap it up. No, I'm not going to wrap it up. From Tom. From Julia, Tom, and Lisa. Thank you so much. $1,000 right there. Here we go. Let's keep this going. $1,000. Allison Hunter and Andy Lindholm. I'm getting very, very excited because we're so tantalizingly close. Thank you, Deborah. And $2,500. And there we go, folks. Over $100,000. Yes, big virtual round of applause from Chris Santi and Suzanne Fallbush. It's getting quite warm in here and very exciting as well. $250. Very grateful for the work NYCP does for this great city. The Bees. The Bees are quite, they get a big capital A for that. Thank you. $2,000. Hey, thank you, Linda and Paul Halt. We will not halt down on the giving because it's going to keep coming in here. $104,000. Let's go, folks. Another $1,000 gift. The very popular level, $1,000. Thank you, Jason and Mary Menard, NYCP. 2 exclamation points. We did see a 3 exclamation point one before there, but let's keep this going here. $50 right there gets us over $105,000. Thank you to the staff and to Matt, the best volunteers in East Harlem, Jody and Chris. We love you, Jody and Chris. Jody and Chris, $50 once again. And hold on one second. I'm just getting this now. Breaking news. Bum, 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 bum. Right from the NBC News desk of Willie, guys, we're finding out that we have a $5,000 match right now. Breaking here. It's the Elfin Foundation. Thank you so much. The next $5,000 will be matched. And there's $1,000 on our way there. We're 25% of the way there, 20% of the way there. Thank you for the great work from Suzanne Waltman and Martin Freeman. Hey, we love you guys. You are the best. There's $1,000 right there. $2,000, $3,000 more for that match. Thank you, NYCP heroes. Big exclamation point from Bill Tyree, from Jane and Bill Tyree. 1,000 right there. Thank you. But especially the Saturday staff and all the vols, which I think is short volunteer. Jorge, Mike, Toby, Yoka, Monica, Leo. There's just too many to get to because they're all so wonderful. We have so many wonderful volunteers. $500. Thank you, NYC Crew, Bob and Monica. It's just Bob and Monica. We're just Bob and Monica. We're hanging out. Folks, you see what Bob and Monica did. You just give, text that number right there with the word give and the amount and throw in a message like Dick Catani and RA for introducing me to this great organization. Of course, to the frontline workers, you are the real heroes. From Bullfrog Bomb. Yes, let's keep this going. 1,000. NY Common Pantry, you are the heroes. Thank you for all you do and for inspiring us. The Clary crew, I think we may have just hit the match, or are we just one gift away? Hearing this right now, we're very close to that match. There it is right there. Boom, folks. There is the Elfin Works Foundation. Do I have fireworks? Do I have confetti? Do I have something? Because we just made that match. $115,000, 175 folks. And I know we have some very, very, very generous friends here that we haven't seen so far. We got some wonderful gifts coming in there. There's a $25 gift. Let's keep this going, folks. Thank you for all you do. Maximilian Tiemann. Thank you, Maximilian. I love that name. Giving the max this evening is everybody on this call. And $10,000 from Dee Dee and Oscar Schaefer. So proud of the amazing staff. No punctuation. They're just saying, we just want to say this. Very simply, $10,000. Thank you so much. That's going to get towards a mobile pantry truck. Hey, and if somebody wants to throw their name on the side of a mobile pantry truck, how about a $130,000 gift? Hey, it doesn't hurt to ask. We love NYCP, so grateful for the team's heartfelt work. Lindsay and Charlie Higgins. The Higgins team is in for $5,000. Once again, another 33 families are going to get Choice Pantry meals for 1 year. $10,000 NYC blows us away. Michael Nachman and Ruth Horowitz, you blow us away with your generosity. It's outstanding. And speaking of outstanding, look at the generosity that has come through tonight. Over $140,000. I know I've gone over my time limit, but I don't care because there we go. $152,000. Here we go. $152,875. Give yourselves that big virtual round of applause out there. You got to feel pretty good about that. That was about 6.5 minutes. We did that in. So, folks, thank you for all the generous work. As you heard, all the great numbers here. Over 5.5 million meals served during the pandemic. 350,000 individuals, families, and people have been positively affected because of your generosity. Keep it going. Every dollar counts. In fact, $1.25 will get one Choice Pantry meal. So keep those donations going. You have the number right there. Give it to your friend who said, I am going to join you tonight, but did not. Send that to them. Text lines will still be open. Give the word give plus the amount and a message. And folks, that is all from me. Thank you very much for the generosity. You are wonderful people. You are changing lives and you're helping in the battle against food insecurity. And now, my friends, I hand it over for another message from our great friend, Stephen Grimaldi. Stephen?
Good evening. Thank you for your generosity in helping to address food insecurity during this challenging time. And thanks to all of our frontline workers for the job all of you have done this past year. Staff can't do their work without the support of our donors. They can't sort, pack, bag, drive, drop, deliver, distribute food without your help. We've served over 350,000 visitors, and as of today, almost 5.5 million meals since the pandemic began. Our brick and mortar locations, our pantry programs have served over 2.2 million meals. And our senior commodities program, a program that we call Nourish, has served 2.5 million meals to low-income seniors at over 80 mobile locations. We've used our food rescue drivers to launch our mobile pantry program a year ahead of time because of the pandemic, and served over 540,000 meals to address what New York City's Office of Food Policy refers to as a food supply gap. In order to address the food supply gap, we've been distributing food to priority neighborhoods with minimal pantry capacity. And in the past 6 months alone, we've distributed close to 2 million pounds, more than a 60% increase over the same period last year. It's only the beginning. New York Common Pantry has used existing space on our lower level at 109th Street while we serve mostly outdoors to avoid COVID transmission. But as we move to recovery mode in the coming year, we will need to serve our guests indoors again. As such, in order to best serve the most impacted neighborhoods and our brick and mortar locations, New York Common Pantry will need to both centralize and double our existing warehouse space. We know from previous experience that when the crisis is over, it's not. Recovery will take time, years. We know that food insecurity for low-income working families will rise, and more will come to our doors more often. Recovery takes time, and we'll be there to help. So let's not forget, it's only the beginning. Thanks to your support, we can better serve our city. There's more to do. Thank you for your partnership in helping. to do it. Now let me turn it over to Willie Geist, who will say some final words.
Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Pat Tully, for another exciting paddle raise. I know we're virtual this year, but I would like everyone watching right now to give yourself a round of applause. You inspire us with your commitment and your generosity. Your energetic support sustains the pantry, and we hope will for years to come. So thank you, good night, and be safe out there.